साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Svetaswatara Upanishad, Adhyaya 5, Mantra 8. Angushthmatro ravitulya rupaha Sankalpahankara samanvito yaha Buddher gunenatmagunena chaiva Paragramatro hyavaropi drishtaha From mantra 7 onwards, the Upanishad is describing Tvampadartha, the meaning of the word Tvam in Mahavakya. While discussing the Tvam, the Upanishad refers to our misconception, how we understand the Tvampadartha. The way we understand Tvampadartha is called Vachyartha. It is the direct meaning of the word Tvam. Because we have a lot of misconception regarding Tvampadartha. Universal misconception. Because we are born with the ajnana. We are born with the ignorance. As long as there is ignorance, there is misconception also. We identify with the body, confined to the body. We understand Tvampadartha as being confined by the body. Therefore, we attribute a size to Tvampadartha. Tvampadartha is called Jiva. We attribute a size to Jiva. Otherwise, Jiva does not have a size. Jiva is infinite. Atma is infinite. But on account of ajnana, we attribute a size. What is my size? An ordinary person says, this is my height, etc. I am 5 feet 8 inches tall. We attribute this size. Then there are some smarter people. According to them, the Atma is of the size of thumb, angushthamatraha. Atma is here. Some other people think so. Atma is not there all over the body. So one philosophy is Atma is all over the body. Atma is sharira parimanaha. This is a philosophy. Atma has the size of the body. Sharira parimana. This is a philosophy. Especially Jain philosophers hold on to this view. Atma is Sharira Parimana. And then a little more advanced view. Some people try to be even more intelligent. They say Atma is not Sharira Parimana. Instead, Atma is in a portion of the body. Angushtha Parimanaha. Thumb sized. Because Atma is like the boss in the body. The boss will not sit everywhere in the factory, in the office. Where does the boss sit? In his office. He has a special chamber with air condition, etc. He has a special chamber and he sits there. Likewise, the Atma is sitting in a particular chamber, which is heart. Atma is in the heart. Therefore, he should have the size of the heart. Size of the space within the heart. And the space within the heart is almost as big as thumb size. Therefore, angushthamatraha. This is another misconception, another Purvapaksha, our misconceptions. The Shruti is referring to the popular misconceptions in the world, so that it can later on rule out all these misconceptions. So, angushthamatraha, according to some people, and according to some other people, aragramatraha. There is another word in the last quarter, aragramatraha. Some people reduce the size of the Atma even further. They say Atma is even very small, much smaller than even Angushtha. Ara, in a bullock cart or even in the fields, they use bullocks. And these bullocks or even horses or donkeys, sometimes you have to motivate them, stimulate them. Only then they will move forward. How will you stimulate them? For stimulating, there is a stick. And see, he knows that. See, at the tip of the stick, there will be a small needle. Small needle fixed to the tip of the stick. Gourd, G-O-A-D. It's called gourd. A small needle-like thing will be there. So it will not prick too much, but it is enough to stimulate the bull or a horse or whatever, any animal. Then it will start moving forward. So it won't be very painful, but it is enough to stimulate. So it is called ara. And ara agra, the tip of the ara, is called ara agra. Its tip, the tip of the needle, means very small, very tiny, almost the size of an atom. I am just figuratively saying, it's just a figurative statement, because atom may be even smaller, much smaller. So it is figurative. So aragra matraha means aragra parimana. The size of a jiva is the size of the tip of a needle. Means very, very tiny, very, very small. This is another understanding that people have. So according to some people, Sharira Parimanaha. According to some other people, Angushtha Parimanaha. And according to some other people, Aragramatraha, implying Anuparimana. Jiva is Anuparimana. Ravitulya Rupaha, the Atma, Jivatma, is Ravitulya Rupaha. Its nature is like Ravi, Surya, sun, means effulgent. Jiva is consciousness. Mostly people accept. Jiva is Chetana. This is accepted by almost all philosophers. Because Jiva is the one who experiences the objects, experiences the pleasure and pain. Therefore, Jiva is consciousness in nature. Yaha sankalpahankara samanvitaha. Another description of Jiva. Jiva is associated with sankalpa and ahankara. In this context, sankalpa and ahankara refers to two types of vrittis, two types of thoughts in our mind. Our mind can have two types of thoughts. One is aham pratyaya, I thought, a thought which refers to ourselves. It is called aham pratyaya or ahankara. I thought. Often we describe ourselves. I am this, I am that. and sometimes it is a little too much. Some people talk too much about themselves. Then we say he has ahankara. In reality, all of us have ahankara. I thought is there. But when it becomes beyond a threshold, then we call it ego, egoism, egotism, ahankara. So, I thought, all types of I thought, like I am the body, I am Mr. So and so. So there are various types of I thoughts. We associate I with the various things. In fact, the one that deserves I is the Atma. Atma alone deserves to be called I. But we associate the I with the various things. So with the body, with the mind, and all the attributes of the body and mind, all these are ahankara, I thought, or aham pratyaya. It is referred to here as ahankara. Jiva is ahankara samanvitaha. Jiva is associated with ahankara. There is no jiva without ahankara. He has I thought. And then another type of thought is called sankalpa. In this context, sankalpa refers to all idam pratyaya. This thought means any thought which refers to any external object. Any thought that deals with an external object. For example, this is a table. When I get this thought, it is idam pratyaya. This thought dealing with this or that. And often with this thought, we bind ourselves. We bind ourselves to various objects. This table is mine. If I just say this is a table, there would not have been problem. But then there is a subtle bondage. I may not realize the subtle bondage when I say this is a table. When do I realize? When somebody takes away this table. Then I start shouting. He is taking away my table. As long as it is here, I will say, I am not attached. I am a sadhu, I am not attached. It is always easy to show one's vairagya. Vairagya is easy to show, but very difficult to have. Therefore, we should not deceive ourselves. We can deceive others, but in the process of deceiving others, we are deceiving ourselves. That is why I keep saying, we can never deceive others without deceiving ourselves. So, with this thought, idam pratyaya, we bind. Therefore, the binding idam pratyaya are called sankalpa. So, sankalpa refers to any thought dealing with an external object which binds us in some way. If we analyze our thoughts dealing with various people, dealing with various objects, we will find that almost all these thoughts, majority of these thoughts bind us in one way or the other. It may be thought dealing with the relative, it may be thought dealing with the friend. In some way it is binding, because we cultivate a subtle attachment, we cultivate a subtle expectation. This person will help me, this person will do what I expect him to do. Therefore, both sankalpa and ahankara, they bind a jiva. Ahankara definitely binds. I thought. It definitely binds us to the body. The ahankara nails us to the body, rivets us to the body. Body, mind, sense, all the five koshas. Likewise, sankalpa also binds. Therefore, a jiva is bound by sankalpa and ahankara, these two types of thoughts. And this jiva, buddher gunena atma gunena cha eva, he has a buddhi guna. Buddhi guna means the attributes of the sukshma sharira. And atma guna refers to the attributes of the sthula sharira. Sthula sharira is called Atma sometimes, not the original Atma, Sthula sharira. The Jivatma is identified with the attributes of the Sukshma sharira, which is called Buddhehe gunaha, Buddhi guna, and it is associated with the Atma guna, the attributes of Sthula sharira. And on account of this, aparopi drishtaha, the jiva, the Atma, is identified as apara. Apara means inferior. Even though the Atma is essentially para, infinite. It is same as Paramatma. Despite being same as Paramatma, it seems apara, it seems finite, limited, inferior. There is another reading, avaropi drishtaha. Avara will also have same meaning. Apara or avara. Both refer to opposite of para. Para and avara. Avara means low, lowly. Apara also means not para. Opposite of para. Opposite of supreme means inferior. On account of the upadhi, on account of the qualities of the upadhi, the Atma seems to be inferior, limited, samsari. So this is the ordinary understanding of Tvam Padartha. Mantra 9. Valagrashatabhagasya Satadha kalpitasya cha Bhago jivassa vijneyah Sachanantyaya kalpate. In the previous mantra, there was the word aragramatraha, meaning it is anuparimana. It is very small in size. How small in size? An example is given. Again, this is also a misconception. Some other philosophers say Jiva is anuparimana. Jiva is small in nature. So, how small? An example is given. Valagra shatabhagasya shatadha kalpitasya bhagaha. Vala means hair, the tip of a hair. Valagra. Divide it into 100 portions. Shatabhaga. Longitudinal. Divide the tip of the hair into 100. Not cross section, longitudinal sections. 100. And then Shatadha kalpitasya. It is further divided into 100. 100th is divided into further 100. Means 1 by 10,000, right? 1 by 10,000, not even 1,000. Bhagaha. That kind of bhaga, that kind of a portion is a jiva. This is the parimana, size of a jiva, quantum of a jiva, according to some philosophers. Jiva is anuparimana. Some people argue this way. Atma anuparimanaha. There are such misconceptions. Then Upanishad says, Saha Vijneyaha. We have to understand the jiva. We have to understand the true nature of the jiva. Don't be satisfied with these philosophies. Sharira parimana, madhyama parimana, samsari. All these misconceptions are there. All over the world we find many misconceptions regarding the Jivatma. Certain misconceptions are common to everyone. Natural misconceptions. And above that, many philosophers have added. Many philosophies add to our misconceptions. So many philosophies are there all over the world. Eastern philosophy, Western philosophy. All philosophies are great because they have tried to find the truth in their original form. The philosophies have tried to understand the truth. To that extent, we adore all philosophies, whether it is Eastern philosophy, Oriental philosophy, or Western philosophy. But what is their conclusion? If we accept the wrong conclusion of any philosophy, then it is an addition to our misconception. That is why in Vedanta Shastra we take on all the philosophies as Purva Paksha. While taking any philosophy as Purva Paksha, our acharyas are very blunt because they don't want anybody to get carried away by any misconception. And the misconception may be Purva Mimamsaka. Purva Mimamsaka is a karmakandi. He performs many karmas. He believes in karmas. And we accept the karmas. We have no problem with the karma. Shankaracharya does not rule out karma. But then he says, karma cannot lead to moksha directly. Unlike how the Purva Pakshi argues. According to Purva Mimamsaka, karma is the only way to moksha. You don't need jnana. But then Shankaracharya says, karma is only a stepping stone. You need karma for chitta shuddhi. Chittasya shuddhaye karma, natu vastu upalabdhaye. So he takes on Purva Mimamsaka. Likewise, he takes on all other misconceptions. Sankhya, Bauddha, Buddhism, Jainism, Jaina philosophy, Charvaka, all philosophies are taken. All are Purva Paksha when it comes to the conclusion. So, Saha Vijneyaha Visheshena Jneyaha. It should be known properly. We should understand the true nature of the jiva properly. Because only then one can think of getting moksha. And in order to know the true nature of jiva, one should inquire, one should do vichara, inquire into the true nature with the help of Vedanta, with the help of a guru, with the help of reasoning. All these play a role in the inquiry. Inquiry does not mean sitting somewhere and asking, who am I? That alone does not work. Inquiry involves a pramana, proper means of knowledge. Guru Shastra, Guru Padishta Vedanta, and then reasoning, everything is involved. That is how one understands the true nature of the individual, the truth of an individual. And the Svetaswatara Upanishad gives the conclusion here, the truth, by ruling out our misconceptions. Sachanantyaya kalpate, this jiva anantyaya kalpate, means it is ultimately ananta. In reality, it is ananta, infinite, free from all limitations, implying it is not sharira parimana, it is not confined to the body, it is not even angushta parimana, and definitely it is not anuparimana. It is ananta. The true nature of the jiva is ananta. Next mantra. Naiva strina pumaneshaha,
naiva strina pumaneshaha,
nachayvayam napumsakaha,
nachayvayam napumsakaha,
यद्यच्छरीरमादत्ते
यद्यच्छरीरमादत्ते
तेन तेन स युज्यते. Rakshate is a reading. There is another reading, yujyate. Yujyate. Yujyate seems to be a better reading. Rakshate is also fine, but I will take the reading yujyate. Yeah, some books have yujyate, some books have rakshate. So we will take the reading yujyate. So once again, naiva strina pumaneshaha, nachayvayam napumsakaha, yadyachhariramaadatte, 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 तेन स युज्यते. So this is a very direct answer to a question. Whether Atma is male or female or neuter. So people ask whether God is male or female. Ishvara, Paramatma is male or female? This question arises to many. then Upanishad clearly says, Atma does not have any gender. Gender belongs to the body. Clear, very clear answer. Upanishad itself clarifies. Naiva strina pumaneshaha. Eshaha Atma. The Atma. The true self. It is neither Stri nor Puman. Neither female nor male. Nachaivayam napumsaka. It is not even napumsaka, not even neuter. Atma does not have any gender. Atma is free from all genders. But we attribute some gender because whenever we try to associate with any sentient principle, we associate with the gender. Because that is our orientation. Whenever we see a sentient being, we are used to associate it with as he or she, generally two genders. And then there is napumsaka, neuter gender. In some languages only two genders are there. Like in Hindi. Hindi has only two genders, Pullinga and Strilinga. No Napumsakalinga. Hindi does not have a Napumsakalinga. Only two genders are there.
Chinese masculine का भी इसमें.
अच्छा. So only two genders. Then most of our languages have three genders. Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga. Sanskrit has three genders. Kannada has three genders. I think all other languages have three genders. Telugu also three genders.
English also three.
English has four, I suppose. Right?
He, she and it.
No, I think technically there is a common gender, I suppose.
Chairperson, chairwoman.
I don't know, generally three, but somewhere I heard there is a common gender. So, of course, nowadays there are many more. So there are 81 genders according to some list. Yeah. So nowadays they discover many more things. I don't want to get into all those things. So there are three genders because in the world we understand things as having three genders. But the Atma is free from all genders. Atma is not male or female. In fact, to be free from gender, you don't even have to go to the Atma, the Shuddha Atma, the Satchidananda Atma. Even our Sukshma Sharira does not have a gender. Only Sthula Sharira has gender. Gender is an attribute of Sthula Sharira. See, when do you become a man? You become a man when you have a male body. In the next body, suppose you get a female body, you become a woman. In fact, in Purana there are stories where a person becomes a male and female in the same janma. So, it is in the Sthula Sharira. Certain types of hormones, certain gender features, that is what determines a gender. So, Naiva Stri, Atma is neither Stri nor Purusha. Nachaivayam Napumsakaha. It is not even Napumsaka. It transcends all genders. Then how does it get genders? Yadyat Shariram Adatte. When it gets a particular body, Tena Tena Sa Yujyate. It is associated with the gender of the given body. It is associated with the attributes of the given body. Mantra 11. Sankalpana sparshana drishti mohaihi.
Sankalpana sparshana drishti mohaihi.
Sankalpana sparshana drishti mohaihi.
Sankalpana sparshana drishti mohaihi.
Grasambu vridhya
Asambuddhya
Chatma vivriddhi janma
Chatma vivriddhi janma
Karmanuganyanukramena dehi
Karmanumanyanukramena dehi
Sthaneshu rupanyabhisamprapadyate.
Sthaneshu rupanyabhisamprapadyate.
Now the Shruti explains how the jiva goes through samsara. What makes the jiva goes through samsara perpetually. In fact, the word samsara means a perpetual movement, a never-ending movement from one body to another, from one situation to another. From one problem to another. A perpetual movement is called samsara. Saranam samsara. Sam implies perpetual. It does not find any end. Constantly. Saranam, moving from here to there, there to another place, is called samsara. So, what causes samsara? First of all, avidya, ignorance. Atma vidya, ignorance of the self. And when there is avidya, there is a moha. Avidya gives rise to moha. Moha means a delusion. I am the body. It is a moha. And another moha is the world can give me happiness. Various objects in the world can give me happiness. This is another moha. And with this moha, one perceives the external object, external world through one's senses. Sparshana and drishti. The main two perceptions are visual and auditory perceptions. Audio visual. Other senses are not that important. Audio visual perception plays a not audio visual. Visual, audio and touch, sparshana. Touch also is involved. Three. So, drishti and sparshana are mentioned. Even shavana, sound also plays an important role. Other two may not play that important role. So, because if you have to get the taste, it has to come to the mouth. Only one portion of the body. So, drishti and sparshana, touching and seeing. So you can understand all other perception. That is what they do when they sell some item. Sometimes they come from home to home. Earlier they used to come in villages. People would bring some cloths to sell to a house. And then they will say, you see, and you can touch also. See and touch. Sparshana and drishti. We are not charging for touching and seeing. Then you see the blanket. They used to bring blankets and sari. So this lady will see the sari. Oh, nice design. Sparshana, darshana satisfied her. Then sparshana, texture. Oh, texture is good. Silk cloth. So then after seeing and touching, she will feel like buying one. Okay, let me buy one. So that is how darshana and sparshana. So darshana and sparshana creates a sankalpa. Sankalpanam. Once she sees and touches, she feels I should have it. It is nice to have. Sankalpa. And when there is sankalpa, there is a kama. Sankalpa is the first stage of kama, the seed of kama. When you say it is nice to have, it is a sankalpa. Any ad initially produces a sankalpa. Oh, it must be nice to have. If I have it, I will enjoy. After the next stage of sankalpa is a kama. I should have it. Kama. Sankalpa prabhavan kama. Sankalpa produces kama. And then after sankalpa, he does a karma. After kama, he does karma. Kama leads to karma. Kama impels a person to do karma. And the karma may be punya or papa. Punya papa. Sometimes he may do proper karma, whereas sometimes he may violate the dharma. He may compromise with the dharma to fulfill his desires. And when we do karma, it adds to our account of karma. Every action we do is adding to our account of karma. Just like by eating, we put up weight. The more calories we consume, we put up more weight. In the same manner, by doing more karma, by doing various types of karma, we add to our karma. We add to the weight of our karma. The load of our karma increases. An example is given, grasamba vrishtya chatma vivriddhi janma. It is an example how karma adds up. Grasamba vrishtya. With the grasa, grasa means every morsel of food, and ambu vrishti, by drinking water. So food and drink, atma vivriddhi janma, it increases our body weight, increases our fat. In the same manner, the more karmas we do, it is stored in our account. And in accordance with our karma, we get another janma. Karmanugani anukramena dehi. Dehi, an individual, a jivatma. Anukramena, a karma does not fructify immediately. It fructifies in due course of time. And there is a krama, there is a sequence of the fructification of karma. All karmas will not produce one body at the same time. Suppose I have a karma which requires a mosquito janma. To exhaust certain type of karma, I may require a mosquito janma, because I have killed many mosquitoes. Next janma you become a mosquito. And then I have done some punya karma also. I have helped some people. I have done some puja, japa, etc. And this karma has to be exhausted in a devata sharira, because it is punya. Now, the karma responsible for devata sharira and the karma responsible for mosquito sharira cannot give result at the same time. They cannot fructify simultaneously. If I have to get the Devata Sharira based on my Punya Karma, then the mosquito karma will wait. It will be waiting there in the line, in the queue. Then I become a Devata. I go to Swarga and I wear Kirita. But there the mosquito karma is waiting. Once I exhaust the punya responsible for the Devata Sharira, then come down. Kshine punye. I come down and later on I will take a mosquito janma. Not necessary that after Devata janma I should be born as a human being also. Imam lokam heenataram va vishanti. Upanishad says. He may get a lower janma also, means a mosquito janma also. So, anukramena, in sequence, all karmas are waiting in a sequence. After me, you, after me, you, after you, me, all karmas are waiting for many janmas. Yeah. Karmanugani rupani. Rupani means sharirani. He takes many bodies in accordance with the karma. Karmanugani. Sthaneshu, in various bodies, in various wombs. Devatiryagaadishu yonishu, in Devata Sharira, in Tiryak Sharira, means animal body, etc. Abhisamprapadyate, he gets birth. This is how samsara continues as long as there is avidya. Therefore, a jiva should make effort to know its true swarupa and thereby get rid of the avidya. Only then he is free from samsara. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.